On today's episode of Random Land, there's fighting in the alley, but first we've got to get there through the desert along old Route 66, stopping at some classic roadside attractions before we go full Hollywood and full punk rock to make a vampire movie. Strap in, because things might get a little rough.
Super punk rock, man. We make 4-chord Hollywood movies.
Look at that. 2 freight trains are crossing paths, and in the foreground, our landship enterprise, the Random Van. That's right, my friends. We're back on the road again. And I've pulled over for a little pit stop here in the town of Barstow, California. Right smack on old Route 66, which technically puts us back on the mother road again. But this pit stop is unlike any other because this bathroom break is at a classic American roadside attraction. Welcome to Barstow Station, otherwise known as the Train McDonald's, or Barstow's Train McDonald's anyways. Now, I'm just making a quick stop here today, so I don't have time to get deep into the history. But as modern as this McDonald's looks, because of the brand new portion of this building, this location has been in operation since the 1960s, and because of the way it's perched along Route 66, up against the old railroad tracks, and obviously because of its convincing old-school-looking architecture, millions of us who grew up in Southern California driving up and down the 15 freeway, or of course Route 66, grew up believing that this was an old train station they had converted into a McDonald's. Instead, it's the other way around. Barstow Station was actually constructed in 1975 by a man named Fred Rosenberg as a purpose-built shopping center to complement his McDonald's franchise, which way back then was one of the only ones around in what was then considered pretty much still the middle of nowhere, right smack on the new interstate route and smack dab on old Route 66, the prime location next to the highways and of course back up on the railroad track, meant that Fred Rosenberg could theme out his new shopping mall in an extremely unique and tourist attractive friendly way that not only made his train station look convincing, but added some very unique seating area to his restaurant. Now lots and lots of people stop here, but not everybody. Thousands, maybe millions of people drive by here and just go, oh neat, that Train McDonald's. But what they may not realize, because nobody realizes it until they've stepped inside, is that Barstow Station is much more than just McDonald's. There's a whole miniature shopping center inside of this place, and that includes not just the big brown wooden buildings, but the train cars as well. So let's not waste any more time out here where it's loud because of all these locomotives. Let's get inside and check out the passenger areas. Oh yes, this is my favorite way to enter. And dude, would you look at the size of this place, and look at all these shoes. When we were outside, you may have noticed signs like Panda Express or Wetzel's Pretzels, Subway, other food places. But I'm guessing you weren't expecting shoes. Not just shoes, socks, glasses, t-shirts. And that's just one little store. This shop has Funko Pops and iPhone cables. And one of the biggest shops across the hallway has got all kinds of stuff. Backpacks, ponchos, pillows, Southwestern teddy bears and guitars, dresses, hats, dream catchers, candles? What are those? Blankets and bears and gifts from Mexico. It extends almost all the way from the entrance down to the center of Barstow Station, where there's a little hub of hallways and basically a whole food court. Panda Express, Kona Tea and Grill, and of course, let's not forget about that fancy new McDonald's building. Dude, you can't go wrong with this as a roadside attraction. Look at these nooks and crannies. You can play the lottery, you can buy some children's books, and check this out, there's a whole treat shop back here with nuts and popcorn and fudge and old school style lunch boxes. There are tourist license plates with your name on it. Look at, there's my middle name right there. There are Beanie Baby grandchildren, greeting cards, old Remember When books, statues of Barack Obama, and fairies galore. Whoa! There are train transformers, well, knockoff transformers, the Loco Squad. That's actually pretty awesome. And all kinds of bendy toys, including Gumby and, oh no! It's Mr. Bill! Not to mention acres and acres of candy. There's a sports memorabilia shop across the way with blankets and pillows all themed, and they sell knockoff t-shirts in here. Then back out in the main area across the way from Panda Express over yonder, you can get die-cast cars, crazy Klingon-looking giant machetes, bullet, gun, and finger-shaped lighters.
A knife with the Statue of Liberty on it and an eagle. America. And a whole lot of what I assume
is inexpensive bling. Oh, $19.99 plus tax. That's a heck of a deal.
Oh yes, and let's not forget our sports team themed knives and Zippos.
In fact, there are a lot of knives in here.
Too many, maybe.
Not to mention airsoft stuff. Weird. Wow, look at this. You got one of those coin-op machines here. Well, I guess it's dollar-op machines now where you can get a Funko Pop or a mini Nintendo.
Or sunglasses. I have to admit, I've never seen any like these. Dude, I feel like I could go skiing. I could go to Mars. I could do anything if I owned these.
There's just so much in here. So much swag. So many bags. Look at these young fellas. Are very excited by these blingy hats. I overheard them talking about how cool this one is. Look at this place. It just keeps on going. Here's the Wetzel's Pretzels inside. Here's the Subway we saw the sign for outside earlier.
And I never knew this before.
They even have Thrifty ice cream in here.
Thrifty's rainbow sherbet, the best thing ever.
Dude, that is old school.
In addition to the ice cream counter and the Subway back behind it, there's a whole hidden liquor store.
With liquor and tobacco and 1 million snacks.
All your usual gas station or truck stop fare without the gas pumps.
Actually, the funny part about being in here is the one thing you don't see right away inside the Barstow Station are the train cars. Access to them is sort of in these little nooks and crannies. But they are here. Right now we are standing inside of an old train car.
This one converted to seating area for Panda Express.
Look at that. That is awesome. Look at this. Look at the stickers they put in the window so you don't have to look outside at Barstow. Wow.
You know what? I never knew that Panda Express opened in 1973 in Pasadena, California. I never knew that before.
We're surrounded by history in here.
So many knives. What's that? Just a metal stick as a weapon. Yes.
Ooh, doggy brass knuckles? What the heck?
Ooh, tasers, flashlight tasers.
Ooh, handcuffs. Not gonna lie, this booth creeps me out a little.
Now, there are many other sections of this place that we haven't explored. These are just the main areas.
There was formerly more going on upstairs. That's closed off to the public right now. I don't even see it being used as offices. It's all dark up there at the moment. Many of the train cars outside
have been divided and now are only partially used for seating and partially for storage accessed from the exterior. Although just beyond Old Ronald in here, you can see they're still using plenty of them as seating inside McDonald's itself. But the main point is that there's so many more little nooks and crannies in this place.
It really makes you wonder what other secrets is it hiding.
By the way, I forgot to mention over here by the men's restroom, look at that. You got pressed pennies, you got the old outhouse over here. You've got Zoltar. Classic. You have to have Zoltar. And if Zoltar isn't enough, you can get a second opinion from Zambini over here and even shake hands with Uncle Sam. See how American you are over here. Hey there, buddy.
You're as American as they come.
Oh, I know.
All right, as excited as I am to see all these blingy shoes and as stoked as I am to be back on Route 66, even if momentarily, this place isn't what I left home for today.
As a matter of fact,
I'm leaving Southern California today and heading out into the desert to be in the movies. Oh yes, you heard me correctly. I'm heading away from Hollywood to break into Hollywood. I'm heading off once again in the van to my old buddy Tom Devlin's Monster Museum out in Boulder City, Nevada, to be in one of his epic Plan 10 pictures, B-movies or horror movies, whatever you want to refer to them as. And I don't know if I'm talking in it or just in the background or I'm getting killed by a monster again. This time, all I do know is I'm just in it for the adventure. Also, that I can't spend too far or too long away from the van today because we just rewired the whole dashboard. My friend Adrian came down from San Francisco to help me and basically did all of it himself, actually, and made this thing awesome. Fixed a whole bunch of problems, but we also caused some new ones in the process. Like messing with the door locks back here. Probably not a good idea to walk away from the car for long when you can't lock the door. But that's future Justin's problem. For now, we're hitting the road. The drive is only 4 hours, which makes me always think, yeah, it's a quick jaunt over to Nevada. But then once you actually get here, you remember, oh, 4 hours is a long time. Anyway, almost there. Almost there. All right, here we are. We made it. Boulder City, Nevada. Luckily, all the filming is to be done at night, so we're here in plenty of time to check in to an old school motel. Yes, look at this. The Sands Motel, a nice mom and pop place. For $100, you can't beat it, and you're pretty much right downtown.
Ooh, not too shabby for a place built in 1951. Not too bad at all. Very basic, no desk, no tables, just a couple of chairs over there. There is this weird second room over here with a strange table inside of it, a little folding table, a fridge, and a microwave. A nice plywood shelf, so it's kitchen and bathroom over here. You got your sink, you got your mirror, and you got this toilet, bathtub, shower, and this weird, strange, creepy door, which is locked, but leads into some kind of strange cavity over here. It's actually locked from both sides. Weird. As long as nobody comes out of it while I'm sleeping or doing any necessaries in here. Ugh. Nice little mom and pop mid-century place to stay. And look, color TV. Now, the way I understand this movie is, and all I really know about it, is that it's got something to do with vampires, and it's got something to do with punk rock. Punk rock, 80s, vampires or something. And so I've been asked basically to reprise my role as myself from my old band. I couldn't get the other guys. It's the middle of the week and they've all got stuff to do. But in this fictional universe, apparently my old band, The Scarred, is playing because the music's free, it comes from me. And so I've got my guitar in the van and I needed to reprise my role as young punk rock myself. I didn't bleach the hair or anything, but I did cut it short to try and get it kind of spiky. That's going to be kind of weird, and I've got to change from my looser I'm 40 years old pants into some tight punk rock pants. I got a whole wardrobe change to make. I've become quite the chunky monkey since my old days of fitting into size 28 or 30 stretch jeans. I've gained a few inches on the old tongue. Same thing with the old stud belt. Didn't fit anymore. I actually had to go out and go to a store I haven't been to in 22 years called Ipso Facto in Fullerton to buy a bigger stud belt. I still have all my belts and stuff, just haven't worn them in a long time. And if there's one rule about punk rock, rule number one, is that you should never be underbelted, which is why I have a second belt in the van.
Don't be underbelted, no plain wallets, only chain wallets. Grab my shoes.
I can't emphasize just how little I actually know about this project or what I'm supposed to do in it, but this is just like the other day when they asked me to introduce Bob Gurr at this thing at the Bowers Museum. You know, Bob Gurr, the last of Walt Disney's Imagineers. Yeah, we gotta come and do an introduction for him and Tom Morris. And I showed up 5 minutes before, and I left 5 minutes after. It was one of those situations where it's like, you don't have time to get anxiety about it if you just show up too late to freak out and just do whatever they tell you. Just make sure the last belt actually fits. Sorry for the view of the old rumpus there. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. That fits. Last but not least, the chain wallet. Always on the side, never on the front. There we go. I thought this would feel weird, like cosplaying, but not really. It's like putting on your old uniform. There's an old saying that if you used to be punk rock, you never were. It's not that I'm not punk rock on the inside anymore. It's that I got really lazy about dressing up the outside. Of course, I don't actually have to wear this stuff until later. They don't need me until 7 o'clock, but just making sure it fits before I spike up the hair and get all crazy and then end up underbelted. All right, we're back in disguise now. I don't want anyone to know that a future movie star is in town. Let's go see what we can see.
Now, like I mentioned earlier, the movie I'm going to be in is being directed by my friend Tom Devlin. Tom is the guy who owns this, the world-famous Tom Devlin's Monster Museum. We've been in here before, and we're going to be in here again, probably tomorrow, so we won't worry too much about the Monster Museum itself at the moment. Anyway, Tom has been working on makeup and monsters for the movies, specifically a lot of B-movies, for a couple of decades now. He's known as the king of the B-movies, in fact, and so it made perfect sense that Tommy D would start making some monster movies of his own. I've been in 2 other movies so far, and you guys know here at Random Land, we operate a family-friendly show, you know, fun for all ages. Spoiler alert, Tom's movies are not necessarily that way. They're good old-fashioned B-movies and horror movies, but I would definitely recommend the parents view them first before letting their kids watch them. Anyway, I've been in 2 movies so far. Teddy Told Me To, which has been doing festivals and stuff, and then another one called Las Vegas Frankenstein that I haven't seen yet. I think I just die in that one. I'm just in the background a little. That one's got Dan Roebuck, the new Grandpa Munster, in it, and Noah Hathaway, who was Atreyu back in the day, never-ending story in it. But forget all that for a moment. Look at this. Looks like old Tommy D has acquired another hearse, and this time, this hearse ain't afraid of no ghost. Look at that! Tom's converted this old death wagon into an Ecto 13. Or at least it looks like he's working on it. This is actually the second attempt. He had another one that he was fixing up the same way. And I believe some guy pulled over on the side of the road and pretty much just bought it sight unseen. Okay, well, not sight unseen, but, you know, without test driving it certainly. Look at this old coffin wagon. Heck yeah. Dun, 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 dun. Look at this. It's all DIY, all rusty and crusty. And that's what I like about Tom. He's got that old school DIY sort of punk rock mentality. And that goes not only for the movie cars that he makes, but also the Monster Museum, which is the epitome of DIY roadside attractions. And believe me, the movies are a very DIY, low budget, do it quickly punk rock affair, which is why I keep coming out here on my own dime to be part of the fun. By the way, all of this is only about 30 minutes from the Las Vegas Strip, if that, when there's no traffic. And Tom Devlin's Monster Museum changes every time I visit it. So if you're ever in the area, it is super worth your time and attention. All right, I came to check out the set before filming time. Tom broke his leg in 3 places and had a surgery. You excited to direct again?
Man, I'm on day 3, and this has been the most fun experience I've ever had.
What movie number is this, though?
This is my 4th feature film as a director.
Like back to back to back?
Back to back to back, in less than about a year and a half.
And now it's all Plan 10 Pictures.
Plan 10 Pictures, and we are Plan 10 Pictures as a production company and Plan 10 Releasing as a distribution company.
So people will see these movies now.
People will see these movies, and eventually, hopefully, we'll branch out and help other people who have a hard time showing their movies, show them to people that care.
Rock and roll.
Yeah.
Okay, this is it. This is the club. Check this out. This is awesome. This is the After Dark right here. So I was right about the movie title and the club name. And look at this. This is the same spot I died in Teddy Told Me To. That is my blood stain right there on the ground. This looks so real. This looks just like a place that the Scarred actually used to play in Las Vegas called Eastside Joe's. It was just like abandoned house. It might still exist for all I know. Actually, I heard it burned down, but there was another abandoned house on the property that they used. So check this out. Here is the set right here. I'm going to be on there fake playing tonight. I am allowed to bring the real camera. This is my phone right now because I left the camera in the van. But I am going to be filming a little behind the scenes tonight, a little action going on. You're not going to see me in it because I can't hold the camera and hold the guitar at the same time. But check this out. Look at this. They went the whole 9 yards. I got a bunch of old flyers on the wall out here. There's a fake flyer for this show that has the Scarred on it, which is funny. And I'm told my backup band are people who don't really play their instruments or anything. So that makes me feel better about not knowing how to play my own songs. But yeah, that's it. Look at this. We'll go the wide angle. Look at this. It's a lot smaller than it looks on camera, but that's the way every set is. This is awesome. I wish this place was real, like a real club, just so I could play a show in here. This is pretty wild. Pretty wild. Yes. Look at that. That's my hat from Las Vegas Frankenstein. By the way, Tom, I need a Teddy Told Me To Blu-ray. And when are we going to see Las Vegas Frankenstein?
Las Vegas Frankenstein's completed and it's been delivered. It's up to the distributor when we can see it. We have not got permission to put out physical copies yet, but the physical media will be coming.
Yes. All right, I got Tom's leather jacket in tow, and now time to go spike up the hair and get ready for my close-up.
There you go. Just like riding a bike. It all comes right back to you. It's been a long time since I've worn makeup. How do I look?
It's all gonna look completely different once it's totally dark. They got a little homeless camp in the alley.
They got this whole crazy alley set up. Look at the fake bricks over here.
It's Tom's little backlot back here. And there are already extras gathering.
Oh, dude, that's the sickest movie prop of all time. Yes. Look at this. Tom Devlin's secret lair. Secret lair. There's wardrobe and a motorcycle and a man on fire. I got my old guitar out here, but I'm not nervous, because I don't actually have to play. I used to show up to places that looked exactly like this, with people like this. Mohawks and spikes everywhere. And then I'd have to play. Dude, all these movies have eaten this building up. There's a couple of things that are not realistic. One, it doesn't smell like pee. Two, the toilet in there works. Three, there's a stage. Oh, there's never a stage in venues like this.
Oh, it's gonna be awesome.
So I was like, fine, and I'm getting
The way Tom has described this movie to me is Lost Boys versus Interview with the Vampire. So it should be interesting. Dude, I've never wanted to own a hearse before, but now I think it would be awesome. I imagine rolling up to anywhere in one of these things is cool because people always say the same thing. Oh my God!
that joke not funny.
Ooh, weird. Punk rock music. Check this out. Look at the vampire makeup coming together back here with the makeup artists. They're painting the appliances right now. It's crazy the way they can make anything happen over here. There are professional wrestlers involved in this movie. They're going to be doing a fight scene tonight at some point. I don't know if I'll be able to film that because I think I'm supposed to be in the background of that one. As the sun goes down, the vampires come out. Look at that. You guys are building sets. I like it. Last time Steve over here was the monster in Las Vegas Frankenstein. Now he's building the sets. And wait a minute. Mike Wazowski? There it is. Look at, there's the show flyer right there. The Scarred. Hey, shouldn't we be on top? Oh no, not over chainsaw fight. There's the camera right there. They're getting ready to get started. Look at that DIY punk rock filmmaking. Hey, there's a disco ball back there. Look at that. Tom, disco balls aren't punk. Come on. We gotta move some of the horror props out of the way for the horror movie. Disco Tom, dude. Cue the disco music. Woo! I like seeing all the behind the scenes stuff. One of the vampires shouldn't have had makeup yet. There's chaos on the bridge. Look at this. The crew is getting ready to party. I love that they're moving props and stuff from this backlot area back here, which, by the way, is usually used for Tom's walk-through haunt attraction. They're moving it out of the way to film one shot, and then once they're done, they have to move it back over there to film over here, sort of like what I do with all the junk in my house when I'm filming Random Land in there. That's called the Mother-in-Law Shuffle. All the vampires are inside getting ready. The buff guys are getting ready to fight. I just want to play Ninja Turtles. Waleed, just for this one night, you should consider changing the name of the band to Vampire Fight. See? Look at this. These guys are basically working through their own choreography. It's going to be an exciting night, man. Look at young Tom Devlin right there. All punk rock. His little punk rock dreams are coming true tonight. Whoa, and look at the VHS copy of The Hills Have Eyes. Whoa, part 2. Whoa, ain't nobody seen part 2. I love watching all this behind the scenes stuff. Even for a B movie, or I really should say low budget movie, even with a lot of improv and everything, there's a lot of planning involved, a lot of organization that needs to happen. Kayla back there, she's the unsung hero. She's the scheduler, the script supervisor, the producer.
Your face looks right now half shadowed.
And right now it's currently downward, and we don't have any fill.
Look at this, they gotta work out the lighting
So that's what I was
over
thinking.
here. They gotta plan out where the camera's going to go, which is what he's doing right over here. They got the sound going. They're blocking the scene over here. Now the hard part for me is staying out of the way. Look at this. They're planning out a fight in the alley. I never fight with my alley. There's a lot of hurrying up to wait. There's a lot of, all right, Tom's got to explain the scene to the lighting guy and to the camera guy. They got to set up their stuff. And then, of course, all the actors as a group to explain what's going to go on. All the blocking, you're going to move here, you're going to move there. And then one by one, you see him explain to each individual actor what their motivation is and what they're thinking in the scene. And then they actually have to really set up and get ready. So even on a little movie, it's a lot of hurry up to wait. To hurry up to wait.
It's actually Milford.
And then there's that moment at some point during the evening where everything gets quiet and you hear a shh, quiet on the set. And then it's the hard part for me. Keeping quiet. This is super unrealistic in here because, like I said earlier, the toilet actually works. At a real club, that's the rarest of luxuries.
Well, it is boosting the highlights and saturation and output.
It's really cold out here now. And it's not just me saying that, it's the people from the desert who are also saying it's cold. I just feel bad for Tom with his broken leg, because the rest of us, if we're cold, we can stamp our feet. Yeah.
All right, everybody set? Scene 22, take 1, common sticks.
Oh wait, sorry, I didn't roll. It took a still.
Learn to use the camera!
Oh no, I know.
Camera guy's being a real sound guy today.
Oh my god.
It's, roll cameras.
Rolling.
Sound. Sound speed. All right, scene 22, take 2, common sticks. Set. Okay, I'm good.
Action.
Ego's letting you out of the house. Seems you're waiting for something.
You ought to consider yourself lucky. Master still desires. He desired us all one time or another. You should appreciate where you can. Embrace
Oh, that was just parts of really just one take of one scene.
Yeah, these guys are going to say a line first, and then you'll come at the end of the line, okay? And action.
Who's that?
I haven't the faintest idea.
Turn to them. Square off. Mad Dog.
Scene 22, Delta, take 1, common sticks.
Vampires, vampires, Frankenstein's monster. This is what I'm talking about with Tom improvising. There was a motorcycle in the way. So now they're improvising themselves a ramp.
There it is.
All right.
What a fun one.
Bonito.
So here's what we got to do. All right, we're good. We're good. All right.
And a little bit more.
We're good. When you get to the bottom, cut that wheel.
Think Spielberg does this on his sets?
You know. Well, does Spielberg build a motorcycle inside that he's got to get outside? One time I built a chopper in North Hollywood in an upstairs apartment.
Did you really?
Yeah, and I had to get down the stairwell. It was insane. Good job, boys.
My favorite thing is the way Tom is walking through the set. Incredible. Jeez Louise. Gives me anxiety.
From the standoff. Headbutt from me and her. We look at each other after the headbutts, and then they come back after us. Or if you want to start from the Scrabble,
Yeah.
I have him here, they're working there. We back each other up into the gate, we're fighting there. They're fighting in this alley part right here. And then we get to the point to where she's on my back, Jess is on his, and then we back into each other, like kind of save it.
I like second option.
Okay, solid.
Yeah.
Look at these intrepid fellas moving cameras around every 5 seconds. I know this isn't our normal type of adventure, but it's pretty cool seeing the behind the scenes of something like this. Oh my gosh, somebody wrote a cuss word behind you. Look at
Done. Let's do this. I will.
a cuss word. They're shooting the bulk of this film in 5 days. All right, we got to get out of the
Out
way.
of here.
They're ready to rumble.
You,
Well, I just didn't want you to get out of here.
Is this the official choreography? So this shoot is 5 days and 2 pickup days? Is that what it
5
is?
days and 2 pickup days. We might combine the 2 pickup days into one, but we'll see.
So it's a 7-day movie.
This is a 7-day shoot. Yes.
So this is truly punk rock.
Super punk rock, man. We make 4-chord Hollywood movies. That's a cut.
Sorry, we like knocked out of her.
It was that good?
Wonderful.
Aw, they made up. That was cool. Yo! Come on!
Sorry, it's cold. I know. And you guys are just, chilling, being Being buddies. That's a cut.
All right, well, at least we've had a little glimpse behind the scenes. I'm going to keep shooting out here so I can give them the behind-the-scenes footage. But it's already midnight, so I've been filming myself for about 12 hours. And I think we're going to have 4 or 5 more hours out here. I don't know how long it's going to take. And I don't know how long I'm going to be here tonight under the full moonlight.
So, I really just want it like very stylized. I don't know what the word is, but almost like Sin City. Like Sin City. Like it's almost a cartoon.
Super very harsh.
Okay, Bram Stoker's Dracula, when it's the behind the screen, like kind of like silhouettes of the bloodbath is kind of what's happening here.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I think if we have a fire here, maybe some lights back here, they're gonna come through. They're gonna be.
Look at that. It's freezing on this set.
Did we light the other one just to have it for? I think so.
Who forgot the patio?
Okay, let's look for fires. All right, yeah.
Fire!
This almost looks like it looks like in like any alley in like an 80s or something.
Tom, we didn't start the fire. It was always burning. Since the world's been turning.
JFK, burn away. What else do I have to say?
Does this bring you back, Scorch?
Actually, yeah.
Fire! Ooh. Oh, finally. Woohoo, Kayla. We're going to survive. We're going to make it through. You guys get to be the lucky alley dwellers with the fire. The unluckiest on camera and the luckiest behind the scenes. Look at that. Everybody's warm back here. Yes.
It's called a circle pit or a slam dance. You do not run and punch somebody. You do not hurt people. This isn't floor punching. There's no kicking. There's none of this. He comes through and he's doing this thing, like this. So if you can put your self-consciousness aside and pretend we're 14 again, we're going to run in circles and dance and act like crazy people.
All right, there's now skateboarding. Skateboarding is happening. Skating on the set. Is it everything you ever dreamed of now?
Man, this is my dream. This is my dream. Kayla, can you bring the Bluetooth speaker?
They're using my song for the background now. Embarrassing. Except for this guy. Yeah! I wish that guy was at our shows. Rock and roll. I don't know what we're yelling about. Living your dream on crutches. It's getting awfully crowded and whatnot. Okay, it's 3:30 a.m. We're still going. I'm getting very sleepy, but there are swords now. Trying to make it to see the fight scene. Gangrel and Sin are about to face off. You're about to have pro wrestlers fight in your movie as vampires.
Am I in our office?
Yeah, and in your office. You might need a new desk tomorrow.
Hopefully.
Oh yeah, Kayla. Poor Kayla. Well, the sun came up. I guess that technically means all the vampires are vanquished now. Got down into the 30s outside and inside. Fight scenes and cool vampire things going on in there that I can't show you. Because, of course, we can't give away the whole movie ahead of time. And if I could only stop shivering, we'd have some more adventures together. But I think for now, I've done my duty. Time to motel and sleep well, my friends. Make sure to check out all the links. Check out Plan 10 Pictures on Instagram. If you're into crazy horror movies and B-movies and stuff like that. This isn't my last day on the film. This is as long as I can stay awake for now. So, my friends, that's all. See you next time. And until then, rock on!
meet Lucy.
Good thing you guys didn't leave.
And we were thinking about being like, as soon as I get to the scene, we're gonna go survive. Sure.
Are you staying all night?
I mean, apparently now.